So we're still working on back control, which is a lot of attacks and stuff. So today we're gonna go over the bailout against the turtle. Basically you use the bailout when somebody does like a far side shoulder roll or like sits into you. It's a very simple concept or a very simple technique. It uses the concept of like regulated tension versus like direct attachment. So I'll borrow Corey for this. So head facing that way in the turtle position. Remember we talked about like there's two kind of variations that you do the turtle, and you're either kind of knee in like this and covering for this shoulder roll, or you're knee in like this, right? So when we're talking about him rolling over this shoulder, what he's usually trying, if he rolls, he can do that way, or a lot of times what they'll try and do is basically he's gonna roll to this shoulder and try to get his right knee here in front of me, just to like put me back into a guard or something like that, right? This kind of a position. So what we're looking to do is prevent that by using a little bit of regulated tension versus like direct attachment, right? So if I was here like this and I have this, I'm attached here completely. So if he wants to do that kind of shoulder roll, I don't really have a way to stop him, right? And all he needs to do is get this bottom knee in front of me and he can shovel me out, right? So I'll show you what I mean. So go on top. So if I'm here like this, he has this in, all I really need to do is roll here to get this knee in front. And once my knee beats him, if he keeps holding on to me really, really tightly, I can obviously roll him over. People who aren't very good will let that happen, but it's that you have to get over the fact that you don't have to be like closed circuit connected to the guy all the time, right? So the sit out or the bailout is kind of like almost like a hip heist, like a half sit out. And all you need to do is beat that knee. And there's some small details that we can use to help us. So go down again. Essentially, all you're looking to do is if I'm here like this, and he wants to start going, I need to release this. Because if I keep holding on, he's gonna drag me over, right? So my center of gravity will move over with him. If I just sit here, and he goes and he tries to get this bottom knee, right knee, all I need to do, back up 1 second, is beat him and sit out. It's very, very straightforward. It seems like simple, almost like stupidly simple, but I'm doing nothing. I'm disconnecting. I still have regulated, so I'm following him and I'm just sitting out, whether it's like this, doesn't matter, right? All you need to do is beat this knee, right? So your first point is try to beat it with your knee. Depending on your limb appendage length, you might have a little success using your forearm to wedge out. And what I mean by that is if I'm here and I've connected and he starts going, I've disconnected. If my hand can kind of reach in here, I don't know if you guys can see, and kind of just help that a little bit, so keep rolling, it helps, right? I have short, stubby arms. I probably wouldn't do this myself, and again, in relation to what your partner has, right? So basically, you just don't want this to come in and dig under you, right? So whether you just kind of give it a little slap, the more reliable thing is obviously the end goal is to beat it with this. But down one more time. Let's turn this way a little bit so you can see. All I'm looking to do is like, if I'm here, I'm connected, he starts to go, this hand just blocks it just ever so slightly, right? If not, you can just disconnect and my right knee's coming forward, my center of gravity staying back. So if he tries to dig under it, he can't, right? And I'm just sitting. So even here, if he's kind of detached, there's lots of options for you, as long as he's not getting ahead and moving your center, or influencing your center of gravity, right? So the little hand block, it's nice, but if you're not sure, I would just release and beat it, right? So one more time. We're super connected, right? My chest is back. So once he starts moving, his chest is moving away, just gonna release and sit through. It's almost silly, right? Like, of course I would do that, but a lot of people don't, because you want to stay on the back. And you have to know the concept of like, at this point, like I'm no longer attacking the back, so I can show still a good position. Like you have to know when to fold them and when to hold them, right? So again, this is for if we're like this with this knee inside, because we talked about the barrel roll last time, is if you're here like this, then yeah, you could just barrel roll and jump with him, get this knee purchased inside. Just different options, right? Why can we not barrel roll for it? You can, but it's an extra step if you have to like this side is heavy because that's where your weight is. And this is the same side that needs to make that purchase. Like you can maybe, but no. Whereas if your weight's on here and you do barrel roll, like no problem, right? Because I'm light on one side. Make sense?